We're finally back at the homestead. We've been working on that house and it's done. We're waiting for it to sell. But with all our focus there, we've been neglecting stuff around here. And one of those things that we've been putting off has been a water leak that has just been growing worse and worse. And it's gotten to the point where it was dropping the water pressure and the water's gushing out of the ground. I decided it was finally time to deal with it of necessity. And so before I started on this whole area was flooded. So I knew if I dug a hole, it would just instantly fill with water. In order to deal with that, this leak was located right next to what we call our hand dug well. It's an old well and cistern that's on the place that we don't use normally, but it sits here kind of as a backup. And being right next to the leak as well, where I was going to dig a hole, I knew if this was full of water, I'm going to have infinite water flooding in there. So I decided I needed to pump this down first so that the water had a place to drain to. It was full up to about here, just below ground level. And so I had this little transfer pump that I picked up somewhere for $5. Doesn't move a lot of water, but it does move enough. Got the one hose for suction, and then I have another hose and ran it over the hill there so the water drains away, with the hope that all the water in this area would come in here, pump it out, so I can dig my hole without it flooding. See though, there's still a lot of water in the ground. We're gonna have to dip this out as we go, because I'm just, 14 inches maybe below the ground, and I'm already flooded. The water was bubbling out right here, so the hope is that the line is straight below it, but you never exactly know. We're gonna keep digging until we find the line, and then we'll see what's wrong with it and repair it however it needs it. I'm excited to be back on the farm, definitely, but I'm not excited to have to deal with this. This is one of the least favorite things to do. Right now though, it has to be done because we're out of water. I've got it shut off, and we need water to do laundry and everything else. And it's just flooding everything. So I guess this is my welcome back to the homestead. Yay me. My wife asked if I could just use the Bobcat, but I can't because it's too wet. The Bobcat would get stuck, and it's too close to this well. There's the potential with heavy machinery of caving in and like a big collapse. I don't know exactly where this line is. I don't think I've ever dug this one up. It's got to be between 2 and 3 feet deep though. We bury them that deep around here for frost reasons. I think that's the trench right there on the edge where the water line will be buried, so it's somewhere below that. I asked Timothy to turn the well pump on for just 4 seconds so that I can see where it's squirting from, so we can hopefully narrow down where this leak is actually at. Here it goes. Right there. I think it's pretty obvious. Actually, I say it's pretty obvious, but I don't think it's coming out of that white line. I think there must be another line located next to it that it's coming out of. So I'm gonna have to dig down beside this hole. Pretty sure, there it is right there. There's a crack. And that black line right there. Maybe see the water seeping out of it on that right there.
Why that happens sometimes, I don't know, but we've had more than one of those type of things. Probably the ground just settles, or there was a big rock located right in the bottom of that trench. That rock could have pushed on there in the wrong way and it broke it. I don't know. I'm going to cut the line in two at the crack, and then I'll put a hose clamp on either side, and then put a barb fitting in the middle and hose clamp the pipe to this. Now this is where it can get really tricky sometimes. Sometimes you have to dig a bunch more of the line up to be able to flex everything enough to be able to get it on both sides. Because these barb fittings don't go in real easily. And I think I'm going to be able to get it maybe. This split is too wide. The fitting's not going to work right. So I'm going to have to cut a chunk out and get another fitting and put a piece in between. Before you put the last fitting together, always make sure you got all your hose clamps, because it's very hard to take them back apart. Made that mistake many times. I would like for that gap to be a little bit closer, but it's over the barbs. I think it'll be okay, and it's not going anymore, so I think that's about as good as I'm gonna get. If I get a clamp on there, it shouldn't go anywhere. All right, I'm gonna turn it on and see if water squirts. I've got the pump on now. I see water running here, but I'm not sure where it's coming from. Oh, there's another leak back in there. This pipe just broke all to pieces, I got a feeling. It's cracked back in there, obviously, too. I think I'm going to try to find a plug and just plug this line for now. This one only goes into this building we call the shop. And then sometimes we've set a pressure pump in there to pressurize, but we're not using it right now, so I'm going to plug it. It's too many holes. I think this is the original line that was put in with the house that we live in, the black one. So it's probably pushing 50 years old, I would guess, and that explains all the cracking and everything. These are two different branch lines from the well. So this one pressurizes like the greenhouses and everything, and this one feeds the houses and a couple other places. Tightening this up, and then I'll pressure test it, and then I'll take my fittings out of here to save them, and then I'll be done, hopefully. Is it all good? All right, everything seems to be holding. Now I just need to make sure we have water everywhere we need to have water. That's it for today. Now I can go take a much needed shower, and we'll see you later. Thanks for watching.